We've been joined by an assembly member who I'd like to introduce himself. Do you have any opening statements you'd like to make?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Assemblymember Sepulveda, and I represent the 87th Assembly District, which is primarily the central part of the Bronx. And I couldn't agree more with the opening statements of Senator Kruger. But in the district that I represent, I see and live the impact of this irrational marijuana regulations that we have in the state of New York. We have many young men and women in the district that I represent who are arrested, who for the rest of their lives have to live with the potential of having a criminal record that prevents them from aspiring to attain certain levels of education, jobs, and so forth for the rest of their lives. It makes no sense that these young men and women who essentially commit acts that other young men and women in different communities, young men and women in colleges that smoke marijuana, that sell marijuana, that engage in this kind of activity yet suffer no consequences. And so when you look at marijuana convictions, you see that it impacts disproportionately communities like the Bronx, communities that have young Hispanic, Latin American, Hispanic, African American males that are essentially the victims of this irrational policy. And so I'm here to strongly support this piece of legislation. I also support the Compassionate Care Act, and I think that it is time that New York State engages in rational drug policy when it comes to marijuana, because it is impacting and affecting a generation of young men and women disproportionately, and I think we have to do everything possible. As Senator Kruger said, when you look at the impact of alcohol, it is much more detrimental to the health and to society as a whole. It's time that we regulate marijuana with a policy and a building that I think is very rational and well thought out. And so I'm here to listen to what you have to say, but also to let you know that I will be doing my part in the Assembly to make sure that this bill becomes a law. Thank you very much and good morning.
Thank you. And we're now going to